Hi everyone, welcome to Healing Moments. I'm Jackie, and today Healing Moments with Spirit is with Baba of Shirdi. So if you're not familiar with Baba, you could Google Baba, B-A-B-A, comma India, comma Guru, and he is a phenomenal guide. I just really enjoy channeling Baba because I was introduced to him through one of my clients from India, and she's one of his devotees, and he comes through every time I do consults with her, and he's one of the most clear channels that I have. And his energy is very loving, it's very specific when he comes through. So when I asked him what he wanted to talk about today, he wanted me to pull a card from this deck. So Esther Hicks is the author of this deck, Getting into the Vortex. And it's not the kind of deck that has a guidebook where you pull a card and then read what the card means. It's more like she just gives insights and inspiration from a collective channel that she calls Abraham, and they bring through just messages on the actual card. So the card that I pulled says the law of attraction assembles all cooperative relationships. And the topic is actually, when you talk about the vortex is like looking at the space that we put our intentions into. It's almost like I was going to say a vase, like something that you're actually holding your intentions, your desires that you want. And then because of the law of attraction, that energy goes out, it wraps up into the vortex of your intentions, and then it shoots a like-minded energy back. And I'm going to read the last part of this message because it can be to me, and I'm going to say this is to me, it's confusing. And the reason it's because I asked Bob, I'm like, why is this so confusing to me? Because I understand the void, which is to me where I go up and I connect to everything. And then I understand what she calls the vortex as being a space where, our intentions are going. It's like the void. But he says the confusion comes in because the mind is in constant change. Constant change. We fluctuate in and out because of 3D and duality. We fluctuate in and out constantly of different thoughts, feelings, and emotions. For one moment, you're totally supporting yourself and you're like, I can so do this and things are great and woohoo. And then 10 minutes later, you can be totally self-sabotaging yourself and going, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't get this right. Nothing ever works out. And we ping pong back and forth through our emotions all the time. So from the perspective of what's going on in the vortex, what's going on in that space that you're putting your intentions and your heart desires into, if the law of attraction is bringing that back to you, but you're ping-ponging back and forth constantly, then how do you know what's going to come back? It's almost like you ask yourself, well, is what's coming back to me what I thought 10 minutes ago or what I'm thinking about myself right now? And really, that's a really good question. The other word that I wrote down here about, the fact that, again, your mind is constantly changing. So I wrote down constantly inconsistent. It's like we in general, and I'm not saying everyone, because maybe there are people out there that don't have a dualistic mindset, that they are constantly focused in one direction. But I would think that humanity in a dual world is all feeling that ping pong effect of your mental awareness of self, right? And I know I keep avoiding the card because it's confusing to me. But it says all cooperative components are being summoned and are coming for the completion of the creations that you put into the vortex, for the answering of these questions and for the solutions to these problems. In the vortex, if we put in wants and needs, and I try not to use the word wants and needs because those are very 3D low vibrational words. There's a lot of things attached to those that are connected to the ego. So my mentor explained to me last year the difference between words like want and need and the word desire. He said desire is more source, more creator vibrated because it's coming from the heart. You're saying, I desire for these types of things to manifest. And saying, instead of saying, because in desire, it's heartfelt, it's something pure. I'm saying I purely desire the creativity of this to manifest. Where if you're saying, well, I want this, you see how the ego jumps in, but I want this, and oh, and I need that. Okay, so want is like I want, the ego is I want, and then need is I'm lacking. I'm so lacking, so I need this. I hope you can see how those words can be lower vibration than the word desire. So again, with the vortex, if you're putting things into it, desires that you want, how your mind is talking to itself, right, is the energy that's going out to the vortex, manifesting something and bringing it back to you. And so when I asked Baba again, I'm like, what is the deal with this card? Because we're constantly inconsistent. I'm like, what are you bringing through exactly? And he goes, healing for the inconsistency. Voila. So what we're going to do is I'm going to call in Baba and I'm going to let him come into our heart chakras today and bring us some peace, some balance, some neutrality to the constant inconsistency that we may have in our minds. So I hope that those of you that are listening, watching, when you have days where you feel that ping pong effect of your mindset and how you're talking to yourself, because it impacts the vortex, what the law of attraction, things that are coming and going in your life, go back and spend time with this video and spend time with Baba so that he can help bring through the mindset that will help you to be consistent, so that when the law of attraction is pulling things back to you, it's in a much more gracious space. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and call Baba in. So wherever you are, just close your eyes for a few minutes. Start to connect to your breath. Any random thoughts, feelings, and emotions, imagine placing them outside the door where they'll be waiting for you when this is done. But for now, just breathe. In through the nose, and out through the nose or mouth. Baba has a way of bringing an energy into your heart chakra today in order to allow you to feel the vibration and the presence of balance. It's very common that when I channel Baba, I see flowers. A lot of the times I think he's using flowers to help with the vibration, and today he's bringing through like Gerber daisies. So maybe in your heart chakra, as you breathe, imagine that you're holding a beautiful Gerber daisy, any color that you choose. And bring your awareness through your imagination into the color of the flower, into the Gerber daisy. Because the color holds its vibration, and the vibration of the color is meant for you, your color of choice. Awareness of the so many petals of this flower. And he says, just like the petals of this flower are the many thoughts that you have concerning your desires. And if you were to pluck one, this is for me, pluck another, this is not for me, plucking one after the other, and eventually you get down to just one petal left. He says, what do you want that last petal to be? He goes, imagine that the petal represents exactly what you desire. And that once you get to that last petal and you're left with the beautiful stamen that is the crown chakra of the flower, that it is bringing through the intention that is made of purity and love that goes out into your vortex, attracting back to you the essence of what is in your highest good at all times. He says, be the creator of your petals. Know that it is common to pluck one by one with one thought to another. He says, but ultimately, when you get down to the very center, your purest intention is what is holding true in the very center of the flower. He says, I put pure love into the center of your flower today, regardless of the different thoughts that are within each petal that you pluck. In the very center, in the heart, he brings forth this beautiful balancing energy, breathing in and breathing through. Slowly begin to open up your eyes. Baba says it's natural here on planet Earth to witness constant inconsistency. He says, but it's okay. It's okay. He goes, when the mind takes you there. Just remember that you can always come back here. Manifest the true desire of the heart and send that out. He says the true desire of the heart overrides any thought of inconsistency. The true desire of the heart is more powerful than the thought. He says keep the intention pure. And he says so much love to you today and blessings. He will be here for you when you need it. Thank you, Baba. Beautiful message. All right. Thanks everyone for watching. Just don't forget that every Tuesday is Healing Moments and every Thursday is Spirit World Insights. So I'll see you guys on Thursday. All right. Have a good week. Bye.